Hey there, welcome back friends. Today we will try to build this very simple HTML form and we will also handle the form submission as well. Now the form submission would be handled by a JSP file this time way around. Now friends, in order to save some time, I have already added this project into Eclipse IDE. And first of all, let us create a JSP file. I will highlight this web content folder, navigate to new and add in a JSP file. The name of the file could be, for example, form.jsp, and here is our file. We will give the title as form demo, and inside the body let us make use of the form tag. Now friends, in here we will give the action as submit.jsp, and in here there is a yet another attribute which is method, and we will give the method as get. All right, now first of all let us add in a field for name. So it would be like input type equals text, name as name, and that's it. All right, now we need to also provide a label, so let's also provide the label for the field real quick. So in here we will type in full name. So this looks good. All right, now moving forward, we would be adding a radio button for gender. So it would be like gender colon input. This time the type would be something else. Type equals radio, name equals gender, value equals male, and label as male. All right, let me copy this line of code real quick and paste it in here. Value would be female in here, female, and label would be updated to female. All right, now let us add a yet another element in our form. The name of the element would be known languages. Again, we will make use of input tag, and this time we will use checkbox. All right, now definitely the name of this checkbox would be language, and for first checkbox the value would be English. All right, so this looks good, and the label for this checkbox would be again English. Let me copy this line of code and paste this couple of times. Here we go. The next language entry would be, for example, Hindi. Let us add a yet another entry by the name of French. Let me update the label. Here we go. So this looks good. All right. Now let us add a yet another entry. This time the name would be, for example, country. And this time we will make use of a drop down list. As a result, let us make use of the select tags which are available. The name for this drop down would be country, and now let us add couple of options in this drop down. Alright, now finally let us also add a submit button in here. So definitely we will again make use of input tag, and the type would be submit, and the value for the button is also submit. Let me complete this line of code real quick. Here we go. Alright, in the form we have forgot to update the value for the options. Let me update this real quick. And let me also do some cosmetic changes. Alright, so this looks good to me. Alright, so now moving forward, let us quickly run this form, and here is the output. Let me try to add in some sample data in here. Full name could be, for example, my name. Then gender would be male, known language would be, for example, English and Hindi, and country would be India. Let me submit the form, and here is the output. Definitely there is a crash because submit.jsp file is not available. Let me create this file real quick, submit.jsp, and here is the file. The title could be, for example, submit. And now finally let us take help of expression elements real quick and display the information which we receive from the form. So it would be like expression element, and we will type in request.getParameter, and the name of the parameter is very important. The name of the parameter would be exactly same as the name of the element. So the name of the elements are name, gender, country, and language, right? So let me update these line of code. So in here, second one would be gender, then we have language, and finally we also have the country. All right, so this looks good to me. Let me refresh the page. Definitely some cosmetic changes are required. Let me add the BR tags at the end of each statement real quick. Let me refresh the page, and here is the output. Alright, now take a note of it that for known languages we have selected Hindi and English, but it will only display what? It will only display the first selection, which is English. Here we go. Now how to display multiple entries is something which we will see in a minute. Alright, now moving forward, first of all check the URL. The information is there on the URL directly, right? Name information, gender information, language information and country information is all there on the URL. And the reason is very simple. If we check the form.jsp, the method which we are making use of is get. Whenever we make use of get method, definitely the information would be passed via the URL and the information would be available to the user itself. Now for example, we update the method and we make this as post. Alright, and now let me run this form.jsp once again. Let me close these two files. Here we go. And now full name would be, for example, Chand Sheikh. Gender is male. Known language, for example, English and Hindi, and language is Finland maybe. And we will click on submit. Now the information is there on the web page. The information is available to submit.jsp, but definitely the URL is much cleaner and the information is not passed via the URL. So this is the difference. When we make use of get, the information would be passed via URL, whereas whenever we make use of post, the information would be passed via a hidden channel which is not available to user. Alright, now moving forward, let us fix the issue with languages known, where we are only able to display the first entry. Alright, so in here we can select multiple checkboxes, and as of now we are able to display only the first selection, right? So in order to fix this, we need to update the submit.jsp file. First of all, let us make use of scriptlet, and let me format things a little real quick. Alright, now friends, first of all we need to create a string array. The name of the string array could be like countries, and we will initialize this with the parameter. So the way of getting the parameter is very simple. We will again type in request dot get parameter values this time, because we are trying to read multiple values in here, right? So it would be like language. Alright, so this looks good. Now once we read this array, then first thing would be checking out whether there are elements in the array or not. So in here we will type in if countries not equal to null, then only we will proceed further. Definitely in the else part, if the user haven't selected any entry, then we will display some message, and definitely the message would be like null selected. Let us add in this message real quick. Here we go. Now inside this if condition, we need to add in a for loop. So it would be like int I equals to 0, I is less than countries dot length I plus plus, and inside this loop we will simply display the information which is there in that specific index for the country. So it would be like out dot print country, and the index would be I. Now definitely we need to add in some space or br in here. So let's do one thing, let us add in a space. So we will type in out dot print, and in between we will add in a br tag. Definitely you can do some cosmetic changes in here in order to make this look beautiful, but that is not our concern as of now. So in here, let me refresh the page, let me retry, and here is the output. Definitely again we need to do some cosmetic changes. Let me do that. This br tag needs to be added first, then the output would be better. Let me refresh the page again. Here we go. So now things are looking good, and we are also able to read the known languages. Alright, now friends, in next video we will try to understand how to handle the form when the form is submitted to a specific servlet and not to a file directly. Alright, so this is it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.